Welcome to our monthly circle, the first Tuesday of every month at noon Pacific Standard Time. So thanks for joining us today, everybody. And let's just start with rubbing our hands together. We'll start with rubbing those hands together, bringing that left brain, the right brain. The fingertips are cold, go a little faster. And then first take off your glasses if you have any, and then we'll cup our eyes and kind of lean into the forehead. Let those fingertips lean in so you can kind of relax your head down and just send our eyes some love, our inner and outer eye, our inner knowing connected to the outer knowing. Just take a deep breath here. And then we'll just brush the fingertips off the face a couple times, just relaxing the face, just imagining the perfect temperature water, just brushing off your face here, just a few times. And then we'll rub the hands again. I'm already feeling some redness in my face from that, right? You might find that too. And then left hand on the heart, right hand over the left, bow to the heart. With great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Namaste. And let's start with a brief meditation. So just getting yourself really comfortable. So if you have shorter limbs, you might place something underneath your feet if it's harder for your feet to fully touch the ground. If you have longer limbs, you might bring something underneath your butt and put a little pillow or some kind of something firm to help really feel both feet on the ground, maybe a pillow behind you, and just take a few moments to arrive to this moment, whether it's this present moment or you're listening to this as a recording later. It is still this moment you hear this. Feel the connection your feet have to the earth, rooting down. And on your next inhale, feel the heart lifting up. Maybe even the third eye and the top of the head lifting up, and on the exhale, the shoulders relax. Body has weight. Body is supported by the earth. And body breathes. Allowing yourself to be as present as possible with this breath, that next inhale and exhale. How tight, how loose your breath is, how fast, slow. Is each nostril clear? Do you feel that breath in the chest, belly, low belly? If it's available, deepening the breath, taking a nice big inhale. And a long exhale. Maybe even piercing your lips open, slowly letting the air out. 2 more times like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting this be the only thing you're doing, that you're thinking about. Doing your best. And then coming back to your normal, spontaneous breath. doing a little movement. Any movement that feels good to you. You could drop one ear to one shoulder. You can raise your arms up over your head. You can do a little side bend. Just notice what your unique body needs in this moment. Can we give ourselves a little more compassion today? What does compassion look like for you today in this movement? Just accepting what is emotionally, physically, mentally. And then coming back to stillness, rubbing the hands together one more time. And then place those hands wherever they land on your body. Could be the hand to the heart, to the belly, back to the eyes. Grounding, starting with grounding. Starting with the breath. And coming back, and you can still have your eyes closed if that feels good to you, and just listen to my words. If your eyes need a break from screens, you are welcome to not look at the screen, right? I want you to really notice, right, this year of a lot of screen time for all of us, really finding, which is why I'm wearing blue light glasses, for what is our balance with screens, and when do we really need to look at the screen and when we don't, right? And so I invite you, as I'm talking, to just try it out, just to try closing your eyes and actually not looking at me. And, if you want to look at me, that's great. But I want us to start from that place of listening, right? What is around us? What sounds, energies, neighbors, temperature? We bring in all the elements to our practice. And what I want to talk about today is grounding, which we just did. And if you've been working with me for a while, which many of you have, is hopefully a part of your daily practice. Even if that's all that you do, is that you just stop, notice body has weight, and breathe, even if it's for 30 seconds, right? And then ideally it's 5 minutes, then it's 10 minutes, then it's throughout the day. Then it's you're about to go chop some vegetables and you're noticing body has weight. You're doing some dishes, body has weight. Where's my body? Where's my breath? Right? And in Sanskrit, it is sadhana, right? Sadhana. And there's different kinds of sadhana, but we're bringing in the spiritual quality for yourself. And that is unique to you. If you Google sadhana, it has a lot to do with meditation. It has a lot to do with discipline. Discipline and meditation is mostly what you'll come up from with. Okay, if you do a Google search on this, there's different kinds of sadhana. Again, different kinds of meditation. The list goes on and on depending on the teacher. And I go with my teacher, Chinnamasta, which sadhana is something that you can have. It's your consistency. Okay, so that's what I want you to hold on to. It's your consistency and your practice. And it's not really the movement. It can be the movement. Can be part of your practice. The yoga, the asana, it can be part of it. But this is actually about how you start your day. That's the first time. That is literally, people call it breakfast of champions. What's your breakfast? And it's not what you eat. It's actually your emotional breakfast, your digestion, your energy, your food. So what are you actually putting in your body, right? The mental, the emotional, the physical, the food, right? And what I like to do, which I'll see if you can see on the screen, is I have a lot of candles around my house. And so I go to the bathroom, I take my dog out. It's like part of my practice. And then I light a candle. I'm going to just light the candle. And I might just stare into the candle for a few breaths. I often will place my hands to my heart. Sometimes I'll do a chant. Chanting is new for me, so I'm still not in the actual flow, to be totally honest, in the chanting. It's not comes naturally to me. But what does come naturally is this, right? Okay, body has weight, body breathes, body's here. Fire for transformation, right? We need the transformation. Our gut is transforming. Agni, fire, right, in Sanskrit. So Agni's in the gut, transforming food, right? So the fire and the food. Then we have the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the heart. That transforms. How do we transform that? Through movement, right? And also through stillness. So there's that fine balance between movement and stillness. And so using the fire as transformation. So that is a reminder to us, since we don't usually, most of us anyway, are not cutting that wood and getting the fire and being really connected to the fire every day like our ancestors did. That was a real connection. I'm going out, I got to get some wood for the fire to boil some water, and make a soup and stew and all these things. And so it's really interesting to kind of look at how fire has changed, right? But basically, transformation. This is transformation, heat, right? I'm bringing some heat to my hands. So transform. So then I make tea. That is what I do every morning. I make tea. I like black tea. And then I sit. I sit next to the fire, next to the candle, and I have my tea. Then I decide, right? And that was maybe already 20 minutes, right? Do I want to stretch? Do I want to move? Do I want to go for a walk? Am I starving? Do I need to just have breakfast early? I kind of assess what my mental state is, but that stays the same. Excuse me. You have a little sip of water. Go ahead and put in the chat if you have any questions or comments. I'm recording this. I'm not going to show anyone. But go ahead if you want to ask a question. I see someone said about candle work. Yes. Yeah, really look at how we transform, right? How do we transform? And that's a reminder. Very ancestral. Hundreds, thousands, literally thousands and thousands and thousands of years of having that fire. And yeah, I'm not going to get too much more into fire. Let's go back to sadhana. So is your sadhana meditation? Is it movement? What is your condition? What is your consistency? Because how we start our day is setting us up for the rest of our day. Okay. So I just want you to start to think about that. Think about what is your practice, what roots you, what grounds you, and what tools do we have in our life already, right? You might already have the tools, but you like rush out of the door. There's a little bit less of that since we've been in shelter in place mostly this past year. So there's a little less like toast that, make an egg sandwich, get out the door. I need to be out. I woke up late. There's a little bit less of that. So we have to embrace that. That is more the masculine, right? And I'm talking about gender, that like quick, I need my coffee, I need to get going, I don't have time to sit and drink my coffee and just sit for 5 minutes, and really seeing if that's true for you, especially if you're able to work from home and you're home more, and just, you might have already been doing this, and then really carving out the time for yourself to then do some movement. Maybe you don't want to get on your mat. Maybe it's actually getting your shoes on and going around the block. I don't know about you, but I know my neighborhood more than I ever have this past year. I knew it pretty well before, but now I know all the rosemary and flowers and herbs that I can pick on the sidewalk. So just to think about it. What is your sadhana? It's your spiritual practice. It's unique to you. It doesn't have to look like anyone else's, right? It is literally one of the most important things to come out of yoga and out of the movement is, where am I consistent? What is spirit to me? What does spiritual mean to me? What does that mean? right? For some, it's associated with God and Jesus. That's fine, right? For others, it's Hindu goddesses. I have Kali here behind me. She wanted to be out the past month now. I've been leaving her up here. Transformation. She has her swords and her knives and her flames to cut through the bullshit. She's like, cut through all the bullshit. What's really working? What is really working? What is really working? Who do you want in your life? Who do you want in your life? Who do you want? Who are you? Who are you? Right? Just like boom, 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 slice, slice, slice. Right? And then the full God, goddess in you, and the mixture in between, right? If you have a good name for a non-gendered goddess, I'd love to hear it, right? What's our non-binary goddess? Non-binary, maybe it's a spelling, God, right? GAWD or something. I don't know what. We have to think of something. We need to evolve with the times, right? Because it's not working in the same way. Um, anyway, so I ended up talking a little more about transformation because that's what needed to come up today. It's transformation. So Agni, fire, transformation in our gut, transforming food, helping digest, and then also emotionally transforming. How are we doing it? With talking, through movement, right? My mom has been going through a really hard time. Her twin is dying. And I'm like, Mom, are you moving? She's not moving. I was like, just go for a walk, please, every day, please. I was like, at least 10 minutes. And she said, okay, can you remind me? So I'm texting her, please walk. Did you walk today? So how can you support? What kind of support do you need? Do you need a buddy? Hey, can you remind me to walk for 20 minutes every day? Can you remind me? Do you want to go to yoga class with me? Do you want to try out a new class, new dance class? So how can we build each other up, right? We need to build each other up because we're in a time of slowing down. We've been in slowing down and it's winter, so it's extra slowing down. So where can we build? Where can we build? Where are our blocks? Where are they blocks? Where are they going? Where are they going? Where's my energy going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Right? So just something to consider. Yeah, and somebody's saying in the winter, I want to warm up in the morning, not sure what is best. Yeah, moving, right? Maybe bundling up and actually going for a brisk walk or a jog if you do that. I'm not a runner, but actually moving really quickly, right? A bike ride. But what can you actually do that before you even the Buddhists and the monks and the yogis, they do all the movement before they eat. They don't eat first. You might have tea and then you go do all the asana, you move everything, and then you sit. Then you eat. That's how they do it. And then there's ones where you like move, almost all of them, all the yogis, you move before you eat. That's why we don't eat before and then move, right? Because then that transformation needs to happen. The chi, the energy, the prana is all in the digestion, right? And so just something to consider. So then that's the energy there as opposed to in the limbs and moving and stuff. Yeah, but that's a great question. Yeah, I've been much colder. I turn the heat on first thing I come in the morning and I warm my feet. Making sure the feet are covered, right? Feet and head, as you know, will warm your body temperature a lot. So putting a beanie on, putting some nice warm socks on. But if you can, go for a walk. And it's so nice because not as many people are out in the morning. There's not a lot of people out. People come out in the afternoon. So it's really nice. You don't run into hardly anyone, even in a big city like where I live. So transformation, Agni, what is your sadhana? Think about it. Sit with this. Sit with this for the next month, 30 days. So until our next circle, just sit with and if you're listening to this, comment on the Patreon, what is this, what are you getting out of this? Are you getting anything out of this? I'd love to hear from you. Feedback is always welcome. So let's rub our hands together. What do we want to do to keep the prana in, the energy in? We bring the hands to our body, bow to the heart with great respect and love. I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Namaste. And those of you staying, we'll be going into our heart circle journey, our sharing. And for those watching, bless your life, bless your day.